Deep in the heart of the Whispering Sands Desert, where golden dunes rolled like gentle waves and the air shimmered with warmth, lived a young camel named Zara. Zara was no ordinary camel. Her fur glistened like sunlight on honey, and her large, curious eyes sparkled as if they held 1,000 stories. Though camels were known for their patience and endurance, Zara was filled with a boundless sense of wonder and adventure. The desert, vast and mysterious, was Zara's home. By day, it stretched endlessly beneath a bright sapphire sky, the dunes glowing like golden treasure. At night, the desert transformed into a realm of magic, as stars blanketed the heavens and the moon painted the sands with silvery light. Zara often stood atop the tallest dune near her family's camp, gazing at the constellations and wondering about the secrets hidden within the desert's expanse. Zara lived with her family in a cluster of tents made from brightly woven fabric. Her parents, along with the other camels in their caravan, carried travelers and traders across the desert. They often spoke of places Zara had never seen, lush oases where palms grew tall and green, bustling markets filled with vibrant goods, and mysterious ruins whispered about only in hushed tones. But what fascinated Zara most were the tales of the dreamy desert oasis. The dreamy desert oasis was said to be the most magical place in the desert. Legend had it that the oasis lay hidden somewhere beyond the great golden dunes, a place where the air was cool and fragrant with blooming jasmine, and where the waters sparkled like liquid moonlight. The creatures who lived there were rumored to be unlike any other in the desert. Gentle beings who sang lullabies to the stars and shared stories carried by the winds. "Zara," her mother would say with a gentle smile as they prepared for the night, "the dreamy desert oasis is just a tale. A beautiful tale, yes, but only a tale." But Zara wasn't so sure. Deep in her heart, she believed the oasis was real. How else could something so wondrous capture the imaginations of so many for so long? One evening, as the caravan settled under the starry sky, Zara overheard a group of travelers talking around a crackling fire. Among them was a wise old sand owl named Professor Hoot, perched on a wooden staff, like a statue of wisdom. The owl was known for his vast knowledge of the desert's secrets. "Professor Hoot," a traveler asked, "do you believe in the dreamy desert oasis?" The owl adjusted his round spectacles and hooted thoughtfully. The dreamy oasis," he began in a voice deep and melodic. "Legends are like the grains of sand in the desert, countless and shifting. But I will say this, the oasis may be hidden, but the map to it is written in the stars." "The stars?" Zara's heart leaped. Could the constellations she admired nightly guide her to the oasis? That night, Zara could barely sleep. She lay on her soft bedding inside the family's tent, staring at the tiny gaps in the fabric where the stars twinkled through. Her mind raced with questions. Could she really find the oasis? What adventures might await her along the way? And most importantly, was she brave enough to follow the stars? As the first rays of dawn began to creep across the horizon, Zara made up her mind. She would find the dreamy desert oasis. She would follow the stars, seek out Professor Hoot for guidance, and uncover the secrets of the desert. The next morning, Zara packed her small satchel. She included a water pouch, a few dates for energy, and her favorite scarf, a gift from her grandmother embroidered with tiny silver stars. She told her parents she wanted to explore the dunes nearby, a common activity for young camels. Though her parents warned her not to wander too far, they trusted Zara's careful nature. With determination shining in her eyes, Zara set out toward the dunes, her hooves sinking softly into the warm sand. The Whispering Sands desert stretched out before her, vast and shimmering, as if inviting her to uncover its mysteries. As the gentle wind played through her fur and the first gulls of the day circled overhead, Zara felt a mix of nervousness and excitement. Zara's journey began with the rising sun, its golden rays spilling across the Whispering Sands desert like a warm blanket. The morning air carried a crispness that would soon give way to the dry heat of midday, but Zara welcomed it. Her heart raced with anticipation as she padded over the first ridge of dunes, her small satchel bouncing lightly at her side. Though the dunes had always seemed familiar and safe, this time they felt different. The grains of sand beneath her hooves seemed to whisper secrets to one another, and the wind, soft and steady, carried an air of promise. Zara felt as though the desert itself was watching, curious to see what the young camel might discover. She hadn't traveled far when she encountered her first challenge, a steep, shifting dune that rose higher than any she'd climbed before. The loose sand slipped beneath her feet and her legs trembled as she tried to gain a foothold. "Come on, Zara," she whispered to herself. "You can do this." Step by careful step she climbed, her muscles straining with effort. When she finally reached the top, she was rewarded with a breathtaking view of the desert. The dunes stretched endlessly in every direction, their golden crests rippling like waves frozen in time. The sight filled her with awe, and she took a moment to catch her breath and savor the view. "This is just the beginning," Zara said with a smile, her determination renewed. As she descended the dune, she noticed something peculiar in the distance. A small patch of sand shimmered and danced as if it were alive. Intrigued, Zara trotted closer, her ears pricked with curiosity. When she reached the spot, she discovered a group of tiny sand dunes that appeared to be moving. They shifted and swirled, creating delicate patterns on the ground. As Zara watched, the dunes began to hum softly, their vibrations forming a melody that echoed through the air. "Hello there," Zara called out, her voice filled with wonder. "What are you?" The largest of the tiny dunes trembled and rose slightly, revealing a pair of sparkling amber eyes. "We are the Singing Sands," it said in a voice that sounded like the rustling of leaves. "And who might you be, young traveler?" "I'm Zara," she replied, her excitement growing. "I'm searching for the dreamy desert oasis. Have you heard of it?" The Singing Sands exchanged a series of melodic hums, as if conferring amongst themselves. Finally, the leader spoke again. "Ah, the dreamy oasis," it said, its voice tinged with wistfulness. "We have heard whispers of it, carried by the wind. They say it lies far beyond the great golden dunes, in a place where the moonlight kisses the waters and the stars weave stories into the sky." Zara's eyes lit up. "That's exactly what I'm looking for. Can you help me find it?" The Singing Sands hummed thoughtfully. "The journey is long and filled with challenges," the leader said, "but we can give you a clue. Follow the path of the moon at night and seek the wise sand owl known as Professor Hoot. He knows the secrets of the desert better than any other." Zara nodded eagerly, her heart pounding with excitement. "Thank you," she said. "I'll look for him." With a final hum of encouragement, the Singing Sands swirled back into their intricate dance, leaving Zara to continue her journey. As the day wore on, the sun climbed higher and the desert grew hotter. Zara took frequent sips from her water pouch and shielded herself with her scarf. But the heat was relentless. She passed a cluster of cacti standing tall and stoic, their spiny arms raised as if in silent prayer to the sun. Beyond them, she spotted a caravan of beetles marching in single file, their shiny black shells gleaming like polished obsidian. Even the smallest creatures have their place in the desert, Zara thought, feeling a surge of admiration for the tiny travelers. By the time the sun began its descent, Zara was tired but determined. She found a small hollow in the shadow of a tall dune and decided to rest there until nightfall. As she lay on the cool sand, she gazed up at the sky, watching as the first stars began to appear. "Follow the path of the moon," she murmured, recalling the advice of the singing sands, "and find Professor Hoot." When the moon finally rose, its silvery glow illuminating the desert, Zara stood and adjusted her satchel. The cool night air was a welcome relief, and the soft light of the moon guided her way. She set off once more, her hooves leaving a trail of gentle prints in the sand. As Zara journeyed deeper into the whispering sands, her excitement and determination burned brighter than ever. She was ready for whatever mysteries the desert had in store. The moon hung high in the sky, its pale light casting a silvery glow over the desert. The once scorching sands now felt cool beneath Zara's hooves as she trekked through the vast expanse. The stars above twinkled like diamonds scattered across a velvet canvas, their beauty filling her with a sense of wonder and possibility. As Zara followed the moon's path, she noticed something unusual ahead. A faint glow shimmered on the horizon, unlike anything she had ever seen before. Curious and hopeful, she quickened her pace, her heart thumping with excitement. When she reached the source of the glow, Zara gasped in astonishment. Before her lay a line of caravans, their canopies adorned with strings of glowing lanterns. The lanterns bobbed gently in the breeze, their light casting warm golden hues across the sands. The sound of soft, melodic music filled the air, accompanied by the faint laughter of unseen travelers. Cautiously, Zara approached the caravan. As she drew closer, a figure stepped out from the shadows, a tall, regal fox with a coat that shimmered like polished bronze. He wore a flowing blue robe embroidered with silver stars, and a curved staff rested in his paw. "Welcome, young traveler," the fox said, his voice smooth and melodious. "I am Faris, the guardian of the moonlit caravans. What brings you to our humble gathering?" Zara dipped her head respectfully. "Hello, Faris. My name is Zara. I am searching for the dreamy desert oasis. Have you heard of it?" Faris tilted his head thoughtfully. "Ah, the dreamy oasis," he mused. "A place of legend, whispered about in tales passed down through generations. It is said to be a sanctuary of beauty and tranquility, where the waters shimmer like starlight and the air hums with the melodies of dreams." Zara's eyes widened. "Yes, that's the place. Do you know how to find it?" Faris regarded her with a curious gaze. "Finding the oasis is no simple task, young one. It is hidden deep within the desert, guarded by challenges that test both the body and the spirit." "I'm ready to face them," Zara said, her voice steady with determination. Faris smiled, his golden eyes gleaming with approval. "Very well. To aid you on your journey, you must first solve a riddle. If you succeed, the caravan will guide you to the next step of your path." The fox raised his staff, and the music around them grew softer, replaced by a gentle hum. From the center of the caravan, a large glowing crystal emerged, floating in mid-air. It pulsed with a soft, rhythmic light as Faris spoke the riddle. "I am not alive, yet I grow. I do not breathe, yet I need air. I do not have a mouth, and yet I drown. What am I?" Zara furrowed her brow, her mind racing as she considered the riddle. She replayed the words in her head, searching for clues in their meaning. Her gaze shifted to the glowing crystal, its steady light seeming to encourage her. After a few moments of silence, a thought struck her. "A fire," she said confidently. "The answer is a fire." Faris's eyes lit up with delight, and the crystal pulsed brightly. "Well done, Zara. You have a clever mind and a brave heart. The caravan will now guide you to the next phase of your journey." The fox tapped his staff on the ground, and the glowing crystal vanished. The caravan's lanterns began to sway more energetically, their light forming a path that stretched into the distance. "Follow the lanterns," Faris instructed. "They will lead you to the wise owl, Professor Hoot. He holds the key to unlocking the secrets of the oasis." Zara bowed her head gratefully. "Thank you, Faris. I won't let you down." With a wave of his paw, Faris bid her farewell, and Zara set off once more. The glowing lanterns floated just above the ground, creating a magical trail that seemed to dance with the rhythm of the wind. As she walked, Zara reflected on her encounter with the moonlit caravans. The desert was proving to be even more wondrous than she had imagined, and each step brought her closer to her goal. After several hours, Zara reached the edge of a grove of tall, slender palms. Their fronds swayed gently in the night breeze, creating a soft rustling sound that mingled with the chirping of crickets. Nestled within the grove was a small clearing, and in the center stood a grand, ancient tree with silvery bark that shimmered in the moonlight. Perched on one of the tree's low-hanging branches was a large owl with feathers as white as snow. He wore round spectacles that glinted in the light, and a satchel hung across his chest, filled with scrolls and maps. "Professor Hoot," Zara called out, stepping into the clearing. The owl turned his head slowly, his piercing amber eyes meeting hers. "Indeed, I am Professor Hoot," he replied, his voice deep and resonant. "And who might you be, young one?" "My name is Zara," she said. "I'm searching for the dreamy desert oasis. Faris and the moonlit caravan said you could help me." Professor Hoot ruffled his feathers thoughtfully. "Ah, the dreamy oasis, a rare and precious place, hidden from all but the most determined of seekers. Come closer, Zara. Let us see if you have what it takes to find it." Zara approached the tree, her heart pounding with anticipation. The owl reached into his satchel and pulled out a large, intricately detailed map of the desert. He spread it across the ground, tracing his wing along its markings. "To reach the oasis," he began, "you must first cross the singing sands, where the winds carry secrets. Then, you must brave the trials of the mirror maze, where illusions will test your resolve. Only then will you find the path to the oasis." Zara listened intently, her determination growing stronger with each word. "I'll do whatever it takes," she said. Professor Hoot fixed her with a steady gaze. "Very well. The journey will not be easy, but I believe you have the courage to see it through. Take this map, and may the stars guide your way." As Zara took the map, she felt a surge of hope and excitement. The challenges ahead were daunting, but she was ready to face them. Her journey to the dreamy desert oasis was just beginning, and she was determined to succeed. Zara stood at the edge of the singing sands, clutching the map Professor Hoot had given her. The soft light of dawn painted the sky in shades of gold and pink, and the desert before her seemed to shimmer with an otherworldly glow. As she stepped onto the sands, she noticed an unusual sound, a melodic hum that grew louder with each step she took. The singing sands lived up to their name. Every grain seemed to vibrate with a different note, creating a symphony that filled the air. It was mesmerizing, but Zara reminded herself of Professor Hoot's warning. The winds here carried secrets. She needed to listen carefully. As she walked, a gentle breeze stirred the sands and faint whispers danced around her ears. At first, they were indistinct, like echoes of a forgotten song. But soon, the whispers became clearer, forming words that seemed directed at her. "Zara," the sands whispered, "you seek the dreamy oasis. To find it, you must trust your heart and listen to the melody within." Zara paused, her ears twitching. "What melody within?" she murmured. The sands did not reply. Instead, the whispers faded, replaced by a new sound, the rising whistle of the wind. A gust swirled around her, and she felt a tug at her saddlebag. When she looked down, the map was gone. "No!" Zara cried, spinning in circles as she tried to catch sight of the map. It was tumbling across the sands, carried by the playful breeze. Zara raced after it, her hooves sinking slightly with every step. The sands seemed to resist her efforts, their melody growing more frantic, almost as if they were laughing. Finally, with a desperate leap, Zara caught the map in her teeth. She tumbled to the ground, landing in a puff of golden dust. She spat the map out carefully, relieved to find it undamaged. "Phew," she said, brushing the sand from her fur. But as she looked around, Zara realized she was no longer on the path marked on the map. The singing sands stretched endlessly in every direction, their symphony now soft and taunting. "Great," Zara muttered. "Now what do I do?" She sat down and closed her eyes, trying to recall the words of the sands. "Trust your heart and listen to the melody within," she whispered. She took a deep breath, allowing herself to focus on the sounds around her. As she did, she began to hum, a soft, uncertain tune that gradually grew stronger. To her amazement, the sands seemed to respond. Their melody shifted, harmonizing with her own. A faint path began to appear, the grains shifting to form a trail that sparkled faintly in the light. Zara smiled. "Thank you," she whispered to the sands and began to follow the trail. After hours of walking, Zara reached the edge of the singing sands and found herself before a vast, crystalline expanse. The mirror maze stood before her, its towering walls shimmering like liquid silver. The maze seemed alive, its surface rippling with every breath of wind. "This must be the next challenge," Zara said, clutching the map tightly. Professor Hoot had warned her that the mirror maze would test her resolve, and she could already feel a sense of unease creeping over her. As she stepped into the maze, the air grew cool, and the reflections around her multiplied. Everywhere she looked, she saw versions of herself, some confident, some hesitant, and some distorted in strange, unsettling ways. "Stay focused," Zara told herself. "It's just an illusion." She followed the narrow path, keeping one eye on the map and the other on the maze's shifting walls. But the reflections weren't content to remain still. They moved independently, whispering words that echoed through the maze. "Are you sure you can do this?" one reflection asked, its tone doubtful. "This is too hard for you," said another, its eyes filled with pity. "You should just turn back," a third reflection sneered. Zara's steps faltered, her confidence wavering. The voices seemed to seep into her mind, amplifying her doubts and fears. She closed her eyes, trying to block them out, but the whispers only grew louder. "No," she said firmly, her voice trembling but determined. "I've come too far to give up now." She opened her eyes and focused on the map. The maze's paths were confusing, but the map seemed to glow faintly, guiding her toward the center. With every step, She reminded herself of why she had started this journey: to find the dreamy oasis and prove to herself that she was capable of achieving great things. As she pressed on, the reflections grew less menacing. Their whispers faded, replaced by a soft, encouraging hum. The maze's walls seemed to part before her, and soon she found herself standing in a circular clearing at the heart of the maze. In the center of the clearing stood a pedestal, and atop it rested a small, glowing crystal. The light from the crystal bathed the clearing in a warm, soothing glow. Zara approached the pedestal cautiously. As she reached out to touch the crystal, a voice filled the air, a deep, resonant tone that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. "Well done, traveler," the voice said. "You have faced your doubts and fears and emerged stronger. Take this crystal as a token of your courage. Duni, guide you to the final path." Zara picked up the crystal, its light pulsing gently in her hoof. She felt a sense of warmth and reassurance wash over her, as if the crystal itself were cheering her on. With the crystal in her possession, Zara continued her journey. The map now glowed brighter, and the path ahead seemed clearer than ever. The desert's challenges had tested her resolve, but they had also strengthened her spirit. As she walked, Zara noticed the landscape beginning to change. The sands grew softer, and patches of green appeared here and there, clusters of hardy shrubs and small flowers that seemed to thrive despite the harsh conditions. "This must mean I'm getting closer," Zara said, her heart swelling with hope. She followed the path until she reached the base of a towering dune. At its peak, she saw a faint glimmer of light, a beacon that called to her with an irresistible allure. With renewed determination, Zara climbed the dune, her hooves sinking into the sand with each step. The climb was exhausting, but she refused to give up. As she neared the top, the light grew brighter, and a cool breeze carried the scent of fresh water and blooming flowers. Finally, Zara reached the summit and gasped in awe. Before her lay the dreamy desert oasis, a vision of pure beauty and tranquility. The oasis was nestled in a lush valley surrounded by towering palms and vibrant flowers. A crystal-clear pool of water sparkled in the center, its surface reflecting the sky like a perfect mirror. The air was filled with the gentle hum of insects and the soft rustling of leaves, creating a symphony of peace. Zara stood at the edge of the dune, her heart overflowing with joy. She had done it. She had found the dreamy oasis. As she descended into the valley, Zara felt a profound sense of gratitude for the journey that had brought her here. The challenges she had faced had taught her the value of perseverance, courage, and self-belief. When she reached the oasis, Zara knelt by the water's edge and dipped her hooves into the cool, refreshing pool. The water seemed to carry a magical energy, filling her with a sense of renewal and serenity. "Thank you," Zara whispered, her voice barely audible over the gentle breeze. "Thank you for guiding me here." The desert, with all its mysteries and challenges, had revealed its most precious secret to her. And as Zara rested by the water's edge, she knew she would carry the lessons of her journey with her for the rest of her life. Zara lay beside the crystal-clear waters of the dreamy oasis, her journey's culmination spreading a deep peace over her heart. The pool mirrored the azure sky above, and gentle ripples shimmered like liquid diamonds under the desert sun. For a moment, Zara closed her eyes, letting the warmth of the oasis and the cool touch of the breeze wash over her. She had done it. She had crossed the singing sands, navigated the mirror maze, and ascended the golden dune, to find the place of legend. The memory of her struggles made this moment even sweeter, filling her chest with pride and gratitude. As Zara rested, she noticed movement in the oasis. A flock of iridescent birds soared gracefully above the water, their wings catching the sunlight in dazzling hues of blue, green, and gold. They chirped a harmonious melody that felt like a welcoming song, one meant just for her. "Hello there, travelers," Zara said softly, smiling up at the birds. One bird, slightly larger than the others and with a crown of shimmering silver feathers, descended to perch on a nearby palm branch. It tilted its head, studying Zara with curious, intelligent eyes. "Greetings, seeker of the dreamy oasis," the bird said, its voice as melodious as the singing sands. "You have ventured far and proven yourself worthy. The oasis has accepted you." Zara blinked, astonished. "You can talk?" The bird chuckled lightly. "This is no ordinary oasis. It is a place of magic and wisdom where the desert reveals its secrets to those who seek with an open heart. I am Lyrian, the guardian of this sacred place." Zara sat up, her curiosity piqued. "Why is this place so special? Why did the desert guide me here?" Lyrian spread its wings and a soft glow emanated from its feathers. The dreamy oasis exists to remind travelers that true strength lies not in avoiding challenges but in facing them. Your journey tested your courage, patience, and determination. Each step you took brought you closer to understanding yourself. Zara nodded, reflecting on her journey. The trials had been difficult, but each one had taught her something valuable. From the singing sands, she had learned to listen to her instincts. The mirror maze had shown her the power of self-belief, and the climb up the golden dune had tested her endurance, proving that she was stronger than she had ever imagined. "What happens now?" Zara asked, her voice soft with awe. Lyrian flapped its wings and motioned toward the shimmering pool. "Drink from the waters of the oasis. They will replenish your strength and deepen your understanding of the lessons you have learned. Then, when you are ready, the desert will guide you home." Zara approached the edge of the pool, her reflection rippling in its crystal depths. She dipped her muzzle into the cool water and drank deeply. The liquid was unlike anything she had ever tasted, sweet and refreshing, with a warmth that spread through her entire body. As she drank, Zara felt a sense of clarity wash over her. Memories of her journey played in her mind like a vivid dream, each moment filled with meaning. She saw herself running across the singing sands, navigating the maze, and scaling the towering dune. She remembered the whispers of the sands, the encouraging glow of the crystal, and the wisdom of Professor Hoot. When Zara lifted her head, the water's magic lingered, filling her with a profound sense of calm and purpose. She turned back to Lyrian, who was watching her with a knowing smile. "Thank you," Zara said, her voice filled with gratitude. "Thank you for guiding me and for teaching me so much." Lyrian inclined its head. "It is you who should be proud, Zara. You faced the desert's challenges with courage and an open heart. The lessons you have learned will guide you long after you leave this place." As Zara prepared to leave, she took one last look at the oasis. The lush greenery, the sparkling water, and the iridescent birds filled her with a sense of wonder and peace. She knew this place would always hold a special place in her heart, a reminder of her strength and resilience. When she turned to the path leading out of the valley, Zara noticed something remarkable. The desert had shifted again, revealing a new trail that seemed to glow faintly in the distance. It was as if the sands themselves were guiding her home. "Goodbye, Lyrian," Zara said, waving a hoof. I'll never forget this place." "And we will never forget you," Lyrian replied. "Travel safely, Seeker. May your path always lead to discovery and growth." With that, Zara set off, her hooves light against the sand. The journey back through the desert felt different, calmer, as if the challenges had been replaced with a sense of serenity. As she walked, the sky turned to shades of orange and pink, the desert illuminated by the glow of the setting sun. Zara smiled, her heart full of gratitude. She had found the dreamy oasis, but more importantly, she had found herself. When she finally reached her herd, the stars had begun to twinkle in the sky. Her family and friends gathered around, their faces filled with joy and relief. "Zara, you're back!" her mother exclaimed, nuzzling her. "We were so worried about you." "I'm sorry if I made you worry," Zara said, her voice steady and calm. "But I had to do this. I had to prove to myself that I could." Her family listened intently as Zara recounted her journey, describing the singing sands, the mirror maze, and the dreamy oasis. Her words were filled with excitement and awe, and her listeners hung on every detail. When she finished, her mother hugged her tightly. "We're so proud of you, Zara. You've shown us all what it means to be brave." As Zara settled down for the night, she felt a profound sense of peace. The desert, with all its challenges and mysteries, had given her a gift she would carry forever, a deeper understanding of her own strength and the courage to face whatever lay ahead. And as she drifted off to sleep under the vast desert sky, Zara dreamed of shimmering sands, glowing crystals, and the magical oasis that had changed her life forever. As Zara lay under the soft glow of the desert moon, surrounded by her family and the familiar sense of home, she felt a calm unlike anything she had ever known. Her journey had come full circle, and now it was time to let go of the day's excitement and drift into the embrace of peaceful sleep. Settling in. Before we begin our journey into relaxation, let's take a moment to get comfortable. Snuggle into your bed, feeling the softness of your pillow and the warmth of your blanket. Wiggle your toes, stretch your arms, and then let your body sink into your bed, like Zara resting by the dreamy oasis. Take a deep breath in through your nose and gently let it out through your mouth. Feel your shoulders relax as you exhale and let the tension melt away, just like the desert sand smoothing after a gentle breeze. Deep breathing. Let's take a few more deep breaths together. Breathe in. Imagine you're drawing in the cool, magical air of the oasis, filled with the scent of blooming flowers and sweet water. And breathe out, releasing all the energy of the day, like the warm desert breeze carrying it far, far away. Breathe in deeply again. Feel the calm settling in your chest, spreading to your arms and legs. And breathe out slowly, letting yourself become as still and peaceful as the desert under the stars. Guiding the imagination. Now, close your eyes and let your mind wander. Picture Zara's journey through the magical desert. See the soft golden sands glowing under the moonlight, the gentle ripples of the dreamy oasis, and the twinkling stars overhead as clear as diamonds on a velvet sky. Imagine you're standing in the desert, the warm sand beneath your feet. The air is cool and fresh, carrying the sweet scent of jasmine from the oasis. Above you, the moon shines brightly, lighting your way. As you begin to walk, you notice how soft and silky the sand feels. With every step, you feel lighter, as though the desert itself is helping you float. The world around you is calm and still, just like the quiet moments Zara felt during her journey. Let's take a moment to relax every part of your body, starting at the top of your head. Imagine a warm, golden light, like the glow of the dreamy oasis, gently resting on your forehead. Feel the light melting away any tightness there. Let it move down to your cheeks and jaw, softening and relaxing as it goes. The light travels down to your neck and shoulders, easing away any tension you've been carrying. Feel your shoulders become heavy, sinking into your bed, just like Zara, resting under the shady palm trees. The golden light continues down your arms. Imagine it wrapping around your elbows, wrists, and all the way to the tips of your fingers. Your arms feel soft and weightless, like the gentle wings of the oasis birds gliding through the air. Now, the light reaches your chest and back. Feel it spreading warmth and comfort, as if you're wrapped in the coziest blanket. Imagine the gentle ripples of the oasis water, soothing every muscle. The light moves to your stomach, hips, and legs, easing all the way down to your knees and ankles. Finally, it wraps around your feet, releasing any last bits of tension. Your entire body is now relaxed and peaceful, just like Zara when she drank from the magical oasis. Now that your body is calm, imagine a soft, fluffy cloud forming beneath you. It's the same magical cloud Zara dreamed of when she imagined resting in the skies above the desert. Feel the cloud lift you gently, carrying you higher and higher. The world below becomes smaller as you rise into the stars. You feel weightless and free, just like Zara did when she let go of her worries and embraced her journey. As the cloud floats through the sky, you see the dreamy oasis far below. Its waters shimmer like a million tiny stars, and the palm trees sway gently in the breeze. The oasis is your place of calm and peace, always waiting for you whenever you need it. Drifting through dreamscapes. Your cloud carries you through a series of magical dreamscapes. First, you glide over the singing sands, where the wind creates a soothing melody like a lullaby just for you. Listen closely to the notes. It's as if the desert is singing you to sleep. Next, you float through a field of glowing crystals, their soft light casting rainbows all around you. The colors are so beautiful and calming, like a painting in the sky. Finally, your cloud brings you to the mirror maze. But instead of being tricky, the maze reflects all your happiest memories. Every turn shows you a joyful moment, making your heart feel full and warm. Letting go of the day. As you float along, feel how the day's worries and thoughts gently drift away. Like the grains of sand Zara released into the wind, let go of anything that's been on your mind. Imagine your thoughts turning into tiny, glowing stars, each one rising into the night sky. Watch them twinkle and fade, leaving only calm and stillness behind. Now, your cloud begins to descend, carrying you back toward your bed. The warmth of the oasis surrounds you, and the sound of the breeze feels like a lullaby. Final relaxation. Feel your cloud settle gently onto your bed, wrapping you in its soft embrace. Your room is as peaceful as the dreamy oasis, and your bed feels just as magical. Take one more deep breath in and let it out slowly. Feel how heavy your body is, sinking into the comfort of your blankets. Your mind is light and free, drifting into dreams where you can explore all the magical places Zara visited. Maybe you'll meet Lyrian the guardian bird, or navigate the singing sands. Wherever your dreams take you, know that you are safe, peaceful, and loved. Closing affirmations. As you rest, repeat these calming thoughts in your mind. I am peaceful and calm. My body is relaxed and my mind is free. I am safe and surrounded by love. Let these affirmations guide you into a deep, restful sleep, just like Zara felt after her journey. Good night, little one.